Namaste. So tonight I'm going to read Book 3, Chapter 30, on the narration of the Navaratra ceremony by Narada and the performance of that by Ramachandra. Om Vakratuna Mahakaya Surya Koti Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devi Maheshwara Guru Saksha Brahma Tasmai Shri Guru Devi Om Yadevi Sarvabhuteshu Vidyarabhinna Samshita Namaste Se Namaste Om Namo Namo Hari Om Tat Sat. Vyasa said, O king, Rama and Lakshmana, discussing thus, remained silent when the Rishi Narada appeared there from the sky above, singing the Ratantara Samaveda hymns in tune and musical gamut with his renowned lute. Ramachandra, of indomitable prowess, on beholding him, rose up from his seat and gave him quickly an excellent seat and offerings of water for washing his feet. Then he worshipped the Muni and stood with folded hands. When the Muni ordered him, he took his seat close by Narada. When the Ramachandra, taking his seat there with Lakshmana with a grievous heart, Narada asked him in a sweet tone, O descendant of Raghu, why are you being afflicted with sorrows like an ordinary mortal? I know that the evil-minded Ravana has stolen Sita Devi. I heard while in the heavens that Ravana, the descendant of Pulasya, stole away Janaki. Out of fascination, could not know that would be the cause of his death. O descendant in the family of Kakutstha, it is for the killing of Ravana that your birth has taken place, and for that purpose Janaki has been stolen now. No, the real Janaki was not stolen. Her shadow form was stolen. O Raghava, the Devi Janaki in her previous birth was the daughter of a Muni and practiced asceticism. While engaged in her austerities in her holy hermitage, Ravana came and, looking at her, prayed that beautiful woman to become his wife. Hearing this, she gave a good reproach to Ravana. When he perforce caught hold of her hairs, that ascetic woman got very angry, and considering her body polluted by the devil's contact, resolved to put an end to her life and curse Ravana thus, O villain, I will be born on the surface of the earth, not from any womb, but simply for your destruction and ruin. Thus saying, she parted with her life. O tormentor of the foes, Ravana, the king of the Rakshasas, mistook a garland for the extremely poisonous serpent and has stolen away Sita Devi, the part incarnation of Lakshmi, in order to root out his race. O Kakutsa, when the Devas prayed for the destruction of that wicked, insolent Ravana, difficult to be subdued, you are both on this earth in the family of Aja as part incarnate of Hari beyond birth, old age, and death. Almighty armed, have patience. Sita Devi is meditating you day and night. Indra himself, the king of the Devas, sends the nectar and the heavenly cow's milk in a pot to her daily, and she subsists on that alone. O Lord, when drinking the heavenly cow's milk, the lotus-eyed Sita Devi is living without any hunger or thirst. I used to see her daily. O descendant of Raghu, I am now telling how that Ravana can be killed. Perform in this very month of Asvin the vow with devotion, fasting for 9 nights, the worship of the Bhagavati, and repeating the mantram silently, and performing the Homa ceremony, observing all the rules, will certainly fulfill one's all the desires. O the best in the race of Raghu, you should offer the sacrifice before the goddess of a sacred and unblameable animal. Perform Japam and Homa ceremony equivalent to 1/10 of Japam. If you do all this, you will certainly be able to release Sita. In days of yore, Vishnu, Shiva, and Brahma, and the Devas in the heavens all perform this worship of the goddess. Therefore, O Raghava, every person desiring happiness, especially those that have fallen under great difficulties, ought to do this auspicious ceremony without the least hesitation. O Kakutsta, Vishwamitra, Brigu, Vashishta, and Kashyapa, all of them did this worship before. When some stole away the wife of Brihaspati, the guru of the Devas, he too, by the force of this worship, got his wife back. Therefore, O king, dost thou also celebrate the puja for the destruction of Ravana? O high-minded one, this vow was practiced before by Indra for the destruction of Vitra, by Shiva for killing the demon Tripura, by Narayana for the killing of the demons Madhu and Ketava. So you should also firmly resolve to perform duly this vow with your whole heart. Rama replied, O ocean of knowledge, who is that Devi? What is her influence? Whence has she sprung? What is her name? And how is that vow to be duly observed? Kindly describe all these to me in detail. Narada answered, Listen, O Raghava, that goddess is eternal and ever constant, primordial force. If you worship her, all your difficulties will be removed and all your desires will be fulfilled. She is the source of Brahma, Vishnu, and others, and of all these living beings. Without her force, nobody would be able even to move their limbs. That supreme auspicious goddess is the preserving energy of Vishnu, is the creative power of Brahma, and is the destroying force of Shiva. Whatever there exists in this infinite universe, whether temporal or eternal, she is the underlying force of all. How then can she have an origin? Origin is not Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesa, Sun, Indra, or the other devas, nor this earth, nor this upholder of the earth. She is devoid of any qualities, the giver of salvation of all. The full Prakriti, in the time of the final dissolution of this universe, she lives with the Supreme Purusa. She is also Saguna, full of qualities, and is the creatrix of Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesa, and has empowered them in every way to create the three lokas. She is the supreme knowledge, existent before the Vedas, and the originator of the Vedas, the individual souls, knowing her nature, becoming able to free themselves from the bondages of the world. She is known by endless names. The Brahma and the other devas might choose to call her according to their actions and qualities. I am unable to describe those names. O descendants in the race of Raghu, her endless names are formed by the various combinations of the various vowels and consonants from the letters A to the letter Ksha. Rama said, O best of the Munis, describe briefly all the rules and regulations as to how that vow and worship are to be performed. With my heart full of devotion and faith, I will worship the goddess today. Narada said, O Raghava, on a level plot of ground, prepare an altar, place the goddess there, and fast for 9 days. O king, I will be your priest, and I will, with great energy, carry out this yajna to fulfill the work of the gods. Vyasa said, Then the powerful Bhagavan Hari, hearing all from the Muni, believed them to be true, and on the approach of the month of Asvin, prepared the altar on the top of a hill and placed the auspicious goddess, the world mother, and observing all the rules, performed the vow and worshipped the goddess. Fasting for 9 days, Rama celebrated the vow and duly offered sacrifices, performed the worship and Homa ceremonies. When, on the grand night of the 8th lunar day, the two brothers completed the vow, as told by Narada, the Supreme Bhagavati was pleased with the worship and appeared before them, mounted on a lion, and remaining there on the mountain top, addressed to Rama and Lakshmana in a sweet, grave tone, like a rumbling of a rain cloud, thus, Rama, I am satisfied with your worship. Ask me what you desire. Rama, you are sent by the gods for the destruction of Ravana and are born as a part incarnate of Narayana in the pure and stainless family of Manu. It is you that in ancient times incarnated as a fish for serving the purpose of the Devas and preserve the Vedas by killing the terrible Rakshasa for the welfare of the universe. It is you that incarnated as a tortoise and held aloft the Mandara mountain, churned the ocean and nourished the Devas. O Rama, it is you that incarnated in days of yore as a boar and held aloft on your teeth this earth. It is you that assumed the form of a man-lion and preserved Prahalada by tearing asunder the body of Hiranyakshipu by your sharp nails, O descendant of Raghu. It is you that assumed in ancient times the form of a dwarf and served the purpose of the Devas by deceitfully cheating Bali, the younger of Indra. O son of Kaushalya, you incarnated as the son of Jamadagni in the Brahmin family, extirpated the line of Kshatriya kings and gave over this whole earth to Bhagavan Kashyapa Rishi. So you are now born as the son of Dasaratha in the stainless race of Kakutstha, at the request of the Devas harassed by Ravana. These powerful monkeys, born as Deva incarnates, all endowed with great power by me, will help you. Your younger brother Lakshmana is the incarnate of Sheshya, serpent. This indomitable man will kill undoubtedly Indrajit, the son of Ravana. You will kill Ravana, then you would worship me with great devotion in the vernal season and then enjoy your kingdom according to your liking. O best of the Raghus, for 11,000 years you will reign on this earth. After that, re-enter your heavenly abode. Vyasa said, O king, thus saying, the Devi disappeared. Ramachandra became very glad, and completing that most auspicious ceremony, performing the Bijoya Puja on the 10th day, and gave lots of presents to Narada and made him go towards the ocean. O king, thus stimulated by the supreme energy, the highest goddess brought front to front. Ramachandra, the husband of Kamala, went to the shores of the ocean accompanied by Lakshmana and the monkeys. Then he erected the bridge across the ocean and killed Ravana, the enemy of the gods. His unparalleled fame spread everywhere throughout the three lokas. He who hears with devotion this excellent account of the Devi will get the greatest happiness in this world, and in the end will get the final beatitude. There's no doubt in this, O king. There are extant many other Puranas, but none is equal to this Srimad Devi Bhagavatam. No, this is my firm belief. Here ends the 13th chapter on the narration of the Navaratra ceremony by Narada and the performance of that by Ramachandra in the third Adhyaya in Srimad Devi Bhagavatam of 18,000 verses by Maharishi Vedvyasa. Here ends the third book, the third skanda completed. Om Jayanti Mangalakali Bhadrakali Kapari Durga Kashma Shivadati Swaha Swaha Namaste. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Tuya Mata Chapita Tuya Tuya Mata Shanti Shanti.